thing in social media. Our guest now recently left a coveted spot at Facebook Live to launch Lively, a live streaming app which launched in the U.S. last week. It allows users to share videos real time with a select group of people. I want to bring in right now Vadim Lavrusik, founder of Lively. Good to see you, Vadim.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks so much for joining. So you were at Facebook,
Yep.
and you're bringing your talents here to this. Tell us about the company.
So we're really trying to focus on private video sharing. The interesting thing is that, as you know, live streaming is growing in popularity, but a lot of people are actually intimidated to go live to lots of people. And so we learned that a lot of people actually would be much more comfortable sharing if they could just select a few group of people. And so a lot of the other live video platforms out there are really kind of focused on broadcasting. We're focusing on narrowcasting, so you can share live with your family, your close friends.
It's interesting because that's basically the initial idea behind Facebook, sharing with your friends.
Yeah, that's right. And I think that we're trying to kind of bring it back a little bit, because I think a lot of other social platforms, they have become a lot broad. The people that you're sharing with has grown, and so instead of sharing with a small group of people, you're now sharing to hundreds of people, and people start to become more conscious of the type of things that they share on these platforms. And so we want to give them really easy access to just select the individual people they want to share with.
So the app is free to download. The video is stored at no cost. How do you monetize this? How does Lively make money?
Yeah, so it's something that we're thinking about a lot. Right now we're really using this launch to learn what users are interested, how they're interested in using the product, and we're exploring some monetization models right now that we want to pursue down the road.
Would that be revenue from advertising, perhaps?
It could be advertising related. It actually also could be the storage related. Storage, as you know, is something that a problem that a lot of people have. And people run out of space very quickly, and a lot of it is actually due to video on their phones.
Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, because the cloud, and that's how the cloud-related businesses have done so well. The storage is the bottom line. All right, so how are you going to build market share while you're competing with your former company, Facebook, and Twitter's Periscope as well? You got Facebook Live and Periscope.
Yeah, so we're really actually thinking of ourselves as taking on SMS. So believe it or not, most people actually still use text messaging, which has been around for a really long time, and that's the most popular tool that people still use to send video. But there's all these problems that are created with it, storage being one of them, because the video gets stored on your device, and also quality. When you text someone a video, the quality that they get on their end is awful. And we're trying to really add value to SMS with Live, so you can bring people into the moment as you're sharing it.
Yeah, it sounds interesting, especially since you're just targeting groups and friends, whoever you just want to share the video with. You've secured money, obviously. You're raising money, $800,000 in venture capital funding from Greylock Partners, SV Angel. What's next for the app? What are you going to do with this money?
Yeah, so one of the big things is going to be scaling it out. We really launched in the U.S. to learn and get some initial results, make sure that the app is working as intended, and we're seeing some really great positive results from last week. The adoption is really strong, particularly with younger users and young moms. And the young moms demographic is actually really interesting. They capture a lot of video, and they also want to usually send it with just a few people. The younger demographic actually, believe it or not, wants to share more privately. And so they like sharing with smaller groups. And so the next phase is really going to be scaling it out to more markets and driving adoption.
What's your take on the next phase of what's happening with social media and technology in general? I mean, you take a company like Twitter. Company's going to start sharing ad revenue with content creators. Facebook, obviously. YouTube did the same thing. Do you think this will help turn things around for Twitter? And is that where we're going here? Technology companies are going to be sharing revenue with the content creators. Content creators don't want to give anything away, as you know.
Yeah, I mean, content creators are always going to go where they get the most value, right? And for some time, that was distribution through these platforms. So they would use these platforms to really get their content out there, to drive audience adoption or users, and then they would monetize it through deals with advertisers or co-branded content. And now they're looking at really spending time on platforms and investing content in platforms where they're going to get the most value. And so obviously revenue share, which YouTube has had for a long time, is a big part of that. And now I think a lot of these other players are realizing that, hey, we need to create more value for creators to be able to attract their content here. and to be able to drive value for our users.
You think we'll see more consolidation, maybe traditional media companies acquiring some of these smaller apps?
I think it's possible. I think that you're seeing a lot of this happening in the media right now, where people are really trying to figure out how can we get more market share, and some of that has been through acquisition, certainly.
So what do you do? What's your end game? Taking this company public eventually, or getting acquired? You need scale.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think that we're really shooting for the moon. We want this to be 2 years from now, we want this to be the tool that everybody uses to share video, and that we really see this as a trend that people are moving to communicate with video, not just share with video. So you see video messaging is emerging in a lot of different markets where people aren't just using text to communicate, they're just sending video messages.
Yeah, video is all the rage. Obviously, that's where it's going. Vadim, great to see you. We'll be watching.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Thank you, Vadim Lavrusik there. Looking forward to your morning